The Nintendo Switch 2 is still in its infancy, and as such has very little games. Compare the Switch 2's lineup of games after 1 month to the Wii U's launch titles. The upcoming couple of months are pretty dry for first-party games, so how about upcoming third-party games? I think a good step for the Switch 2 is to port over games that can never run on the original Switch. Here are 5 that I think would fit in. The first game I'd like to see come to Nintendo Switch 2 is Clair Obscur Expedition 33, the acclaimed RPG that is almost bound to win Game of the Year 2025 if Jeff Keighley deems it. I haven't played the game myself, but I'm definitely interested in it. I like RPGs and the art style is very unique. Porting it to the Switch 2 would give me another reason to try it out, especially since it would be the only way I could play portably. From what people have said, the game runs terribly on the Steam Deck, and with the upgraded specs of Nintendo Switch 2, I think it'll play fine. I'd hope to see this game come to the Switch soon, maybe during the fall of this year. The next game I'd like to see come to Nintendo Switch 2 is Baldur's Gate 3. This game isn't as recent as Clair Obscur Expedition 33, but it's still like new graphics and gameplay wise. The Game of the Year 2023 is a D&D-like RPG with tons of content, and I mean tons. While this game runs pretty well on the Steam Deck, releasing the game on the Switch 2 would bring in a new audience who would love this game. I think Baldur's Gate 3 would be a good fit, as the Nintendo Switch 2 hasn't been flooded with turn-based RPGs yet. They wouldn't even have to change the price to $70 either. It's a perfect fit for the Switch 2. The third game I'd like to see come to the Nintendo Switch 2 is the Fallout series. I seriously don't know why the only Fallout game on Nintendo is Fallout Shelter. But now that the Switch 2 can certainly run all of the Fallout games, I think it would be a good time to bring them over. The Switch 1 already had Skyrim. I think it's time Bethesda's other big series comes to Nintendo. This is the only game or series on this list that I've played before. I've played most of the Fallout games and have loved them. I think a Fallout collection sort of thing would be good for the console. The games already go on sale for very cheap. A collection of the 4 games, New Vegas, and possibly 76 for $60 would be perfect. If that did release, I'd definitely get it, and so would many others. The fourth game that should be ported to the Switch 2 is Helldivers 2. The 2024 co-op shooter would make a good multiplayer game for the Switch 2, as there's not many currently, especially third party. While the game isn't as popular as it was a year ago, it still has a steady player base. This game is owned by Sony, but it's getting a port to Xbox in late August. Maybe they'll port it to the Switch 2 the same day? It's kind of a stretch, but I think there's a possibility. The last game on this list I think has no possibility, at least right now. I'd like to see Death Stranding 2 on the beach come to Nintendo Switch 2. There are many drawbacks to this one, as this game's graphics are very demanding, so I'm not sure if the Switch 2 can even run it smoothly. Another reason is the owner of the game, Sony. It took 5 years for the first Death Stranding game to come to other systems, so who knows how long it could take to get this one. I at least hope that the Death Stranding Director's Cut can come to the Switch too, so there's a way to play this series on Nintendo. Sony seems to be getting less strict on what games stay exclusive to their consoles, so maybe these games could be ported in the near future, but at the moment it's hard to tell. That's all the games I want to see come to Nintendo Switch 2 in the near future. If you have any suggestions for any other games that could come to it, leave them below in the comments. I know I definitely missed some. If you like this video, please like it. You'll probably like my other content, so subscribe to my channel if you want to know when I upload new videos. Thank you so much for watching, and see ya.